What up, dude? And welcome to the Hood Report, the spot where culture meets competition and where we spit real shit. Sports is our focus, the D, Detroit that is. Guy is the culture of our discussion, and in the end of it all, our focus is ensuring our audience is informed and entertained. So welcome today. We have some more NBA talk. It's NBA season, so would you expect anything less than us to be talking to NBA and shooting you the reel on what we see is going on within the NBA and give our thoughts on looking back at game 2 and then going forward into game 3, which is a big and pivotal game of the series. So with that, we won't hold it up anymore. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this. And my first question, I'm joined by the usual group, Q, Martin, and Tweety. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. And we're going to ask the first question is, please provide what you saw, your analysis from game 2 with Oklahoma City pulling off the win and tying up the series, and Indiana obviously taking the loss. So Tweety, why don't you go ahead and hit that one first?
I told y'all laughed at me when I told you about my boy, Alex Caruso.
Oh, yeah.
That boy came out and played.
Give credit for that.
I can't say nothing about
that.
He had more points than all the starters of Indiana. He had 20 points.
I'm sure you're loving that.
Just to let y'all know, y'all laughed at me. My boy Alex came out to play.
Hey, you know something, Tweety? Can't laugh at you today. Can't laugh.
Not today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today.
Not only did you call OKC, you called Caruso. So, hey, I got nothing to say about that. Hey, good call.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. So, and he guarded Pascal. So, and he put them clamps on that boy. So, they played a good game. I told you it was gonna win by 15. They won by 16. I was 1 point off, but I still got it. So now,
America. If you don't know America, you can't decipher this. He's fooling himself today. So we're gonna allow him a little room to do that. He called the shit. So hey, when you call the shit on the Hood Report, then you get the respect to everybody else. Go ahead, keep running.
Yes, sir. I'm good to go. But you got to give it to Hallenberg. Hallenberg, he only scored 5 points in the first 40 minutes of the game. 5, but he did break out in the second in the fourth quarter, scoring 12
points. Those empty fucking calories. They were empty fucking calories.
Yeah. They were empty calories.
That shit didn't mean nothing. That was some bullshit.
That was bad.
Go ahead, Martin. It's like you ready to jump in, Martin. Go ahead, and then we go to you next.
Well, I mean, hey, you got to give OKC credit. I mean, besides SGA doing his thing like he normally do, I mean, he's gonna get his. I mean,
that motherfucker's a machine.
Seen that.
Well, that boy's a machine.
To me, who won the game was Tweety's boy Caruso with 20, and that boy Wiggins off the bench.
Yeah,
hey,
boy Wiggins too.
Between Wiggins and Caruso, they scored almost 40 points. They scored 38 points.
Yes,
I mean, you get 38 points out of them two, you got a good chance of winning because SGA gonna do his thing. But 38 points out of them two, I mean, and not just scoring, but they was efficient. I mean, they shot a real good percentage, both of them. So you get that out the bench. Williams had a good game. I mean, he had an okay game, but he had 19. He was there. Chet chipped in. So OKC just got a lot of different things from a lot of their players. I mean, it wasn't just SGA. So he had a lot of support. Yes. And that's what carried them to the victory. Now with Indiana, I'm saying it all starts with Halliburton. I mean, and I know in the past, series, he didn't have the scope 30 and 20, this and that. But versus this team that they're playing over OKC, he has to do that versus OKC. They can't get away with him scoring
14
5 points in the first 40 minutes and all that shit. Yeah. Let me just tell you the numbers on him in their wins and their losses. In their wins, he averaged 20 points a game in their wins. In the losses, he averaged 12 points a game. Yeah. A big time 8-point difference. His field goal percentage is up and down. In the wins, he shoots like 49%. In the losses, he shoots like 43%. His assists is down, 10 assists to 6 assists. His rebounds is down. Everything is down in the losses. Yeah. So that lets me know that lets me know that
The defense is
he is the
raw.
key.
He's the
He
instrument
is
of
the
peace.
key.
I agree.
He is the key, but they also need somebody, Siakam too. Siakam, if we said last series he was that guy, he got to continue doing this shit. And he didn't have it in game two. He did not have it in
Unacceptable.
game two. Only scoring 15 points. So to me, the
Mhm.
key to the series for Indiana going forward, they got to get big production out of Halliburton and Siakam because the rest of that role players didn't play bad.
Yeah.
No,
They
didn't
didn't
play
play that
bad at all.
bad in game two. But you got to have your man. Now we put big draws on this boy. Well, everybody was putting big draws on this boy. Talking he is superstar. Well, you know what? He got to fucking show it.
Yeah.
So far, he ain't showed it.
He ain't no superstar yet.
I would agree. He's a star.
I agree.
He's a
I
star.
agree.
People
He's
giving
starting.
him superstar. He's a star. Which nothing wrong with being a star unless you aspire to be a superstar, right? And he wants to be a
Exactly.
superstar, so he got to step his shit up.
But
Yeah.
right now, he ain't feel like a star.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Exactly.
First two games,
Both
he
teams
really
ain't
been a
played
star.
good.
Yeah. No.
Both
Yeah.
teams
Like
ain't
a
played
star
good
right
yet.
now
So
in these first two games, so
Right.
he got to step it up.
Okay. All right, Q. What you got?
Well, I asked for this game. We needed OKC to win. I told you, everybody needed it. For OKC, so we can extend this series as long as possible because this is it for basketball this year. So, I was happy. Not only did me and Tweety pick OKC too, so for that matter, yeah, I was happy that they won.
Now the other
And
day
took
you
care
said,
of
"I told you so." I told you they were scrappy. Now you gonna say we picked OKC?
yesterday-
Oh
Yeah,
my
you want
god,
yesterday,
he's
I
all
told
over the
you-
fucking place.
yeah,
Go ahead.
You're in the caboose. You're in the
I
caboose
told
now.
you that this
You
is-
ain't on the train. Yeah, you still in the caboose back there.
No.
You ain't in the conductor.
Yeah, I picked
No,
them to win.
He picked okay. I said, but he picked OKC from the
picked
beginning.
OKC to win.
I know you did, but what I'm saying, Sunday you were saying, hold on, just real quick. Sunday you were saying that, I told you these boys were dangerous and they were scrappy. Like, okay, what side you on for real? Go ahead, finish up.
Can you pick OKC and still say that a team is scrappy and dangerous on the other side?
That's what you did.
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
You
Keep
can't
going.
do that.
That's what you
You
did.
can't-
Keep going.
Yep.
Okay. So
Continue.
OKC. OKC. I feel like they handled their business and did what they needed to do. We all knew that they was gonna come out and give them their best shot. So that's what happened. And far on the other side, y'all picked them to win. Y'all wanted Indiana to win. But I'm not gonna beat Indiana up too bad. They still came into OKC and handled business. So you can't beat them up too bad. They going back home. 1-1. So if you had said that before the series even started, you would have been ecstatic about that. So I'm not gonna beat them up. They handled business. They took their foot off the gas a little bit the second game, but they was gonna come out and face a hungry, desperate team. So sometimes when you face that, all you can do is, okay, we won round one. They hit us in the mouth. We got to regather and regroup ourselves. It's going to be a matter of what happens in the game 3 and 4 that's going to really determine this.
So here's what I'm
now,
gonna go ahead. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna say this is I do blame them because the thing is when you know somebody gonna bring the fight, you got to bring the fight and be ready for it. Indiana came into the game bullshitting and fucking around and had no sense of urgency. And like I don't mind you losing because the other team is more desperate at home, but you got to fight. Indiana, it was like they had no fight. You got to go out and if you're gonna lose being aggressive. Halliburton wasn't even aggressive into the fourth quarter, which is unacceptable to come out. It's okay to miss shots,
They played him.
but when you play,
hard.
Halliburton just wasn't aggressive because they still had Dorton them on him in the fourth quarter. When he started being aggressive, Halliburton was not aggressive. He had only took very few shots up to that point. He's got to set the tone, and it ain't got to just be strictly shooting, but he's got to score points. But he's got to just be pushing the ball and just acting like he wants to put pressure on the defense. He put absolutely no pressure on the defense until the end of the fourth quarter when the motherfucking game was over. So that's what I fought Halliburton for. It's like, look, you step into a star's shoes, you shine when the light is the brightest, expectations come with that. So you can't turn it on and turn it off. You got to set the tone for your team. So I'll say that. And I would say also with that is if you're a champion and you've been here before, then I got to say that Siakam, I got to throw the same thing on him. You a fucking champion. Ain't no excuse for you coming out and playing this little bullshit basketball, scoring 15 points and not leading the charge. When you see it's not happening, either one of them should have stepped up and pulled the team and got more aggressive. And neither one of them did that, and that's why they lost. The Indiana Pacers are 7-0 in the playoffs when Halliburton scores 21 points or more. 7-0. So it ain't by mistake that they're 7-0 when he scores 21 points. They're 7-0
because they matched their intensity and then upped it some.
No, but what I'm saying is Indiana didn't show no fucking intensity. Is what I'm saying. It was intensity on one side in that game. Indiana never showed any intensity. Never.
And
they get out rebounded.
That's on the Indiana Stars. That's on the Indiana Stars.
Yeah, no.
OKC went up higher.
OKC went up higher, but Indiana showed nothing.
Okay.
Thing is, in Indiana Stars though, their star players, they the ones because in a game like that, when you know OKC is coming, the Stars got to know. Look, I got to set the tone.
Yes.
I got to do something to set the tone and get my team under control. And
Well,
that's what
do you
Stars
blame that on the coach? Do you blame it on the coach?
No, on the players. On the players.
On Halliburton and Siakam.
Well,
Well,
you gotta call timeout and talk to your players and let them know. Hey,
Yeah,
this is
and I'll tell you, he actually called timeout, but I'm telling you, players got to know themselves that they got to step
If you're
up.
a star,
Yes.
If you're a star
You
and everybody
you
tell you
gotta
a
put that on the
superstar,
coach,
look. You ain't got to tell the stars to step up
Exactly.
when it's time to step up.
You're not
Now the
supposed to.
role players, yes, you need that for role players. But if you a star, supposedly this superstar or whatever, you don't need nobody to tell you nothing because you come into the game knowing what you got to do.
Right.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
you know they're going to be aggressive, and you know they're going to be desperate, and you know they're going to have urgency. So somebody on the other side's got to match that. What I'm telling you is nobody on the Indiana side came into the game looking to match that. That's why they got their ass kicked, and that's why they had no chance. They never had a chance in that game because they didn't come out with any type of intensity to try to offset and get themselves a chance, right? They needed somebody to step up and give them enough of an opportunity to be in the game to do the shit they've been doing at the end of games. Nobody ever gave them that, especially their stars, like Mark said. So that's why they find themselves where they're at. That's my point. That's what I say about them. They didn't step up. They didn't want it. So next piece is so now the scene shifts and we're going out of OKC. Funny thing is, it shifts and goes to Indiana, but OKC is still a 4.5 point favorite. It opened up, and it's 5.5 as of today. So it shifts there.
Okay.
What adjustments do you anticipate that both sides are going to make with the change of venue and with the change of things? And I will, Quentin, why don't you go ahead and go first, and I go next. So then that way, we switch it up. Go ahead, Q.
Okay.
I think that Indiana Halliburton has got to be way more. We all know this. I mean, he got lost. I mean, he's doing. Rick Carlisle is doing everything he can to give him a chance. He already done took him off the ball. You know what I'm saying? So that he not get the double teams and just become a shooter and be the scorer that they need him to be. And it still ain't working for him. So it's got to be him. It's got to be It's got to be that. I think the coach Carlisle is doing everything he can. I think that OKC has turned it up to that level, and they're not gonna turn it down no more. And they done figured out a way to what I've seen from game 2 is that they figured out a way to they figured out a way to play them, and they done figured them out. And I think it's gonna be hard for Indiana to win game 3 coming up here.
So I'll jump in real quick and I'll say this. What I would say is this: I don't necessarily think they figured them out. I think what happens is that your role players. Everybody always says role players play better at home. They do on the road. So now what's going to happen and what I expect to change is going to be the dynamic of SGA going to get his. Who's going to be there as the help on the road is going to be the big thing for the OKC side. Meaning is Holmgren got to step up. Williams got to step up, and then they hope to get something from the bench. But in the minimum, just like we say on this side, the people that got to step up in Indiana, Holmgren and Williams got to step up. Somebody else got to have a big game, and the other one's got to play decent. That's on that side. On the side of Indiana, now they're at the crib, Naismith's going to play better. Nembhard going to play better. Siakam is going to play. All those guys, Toppin, who had 17 points in game 1 and had 3 points in the last game, he's going to play better. So the thing is now with that, they need Halliburton to step up because the role players are going to step up and do better. and it's just the ebb and flow. It goes would go with games. I think and the other thing I'll tell you that you've seen in the last two series, in particular, is that OKC that first game, even going back to the first series, that first game on the road, they done got their ass kicked.
Memphis.
They got their ass kicked. Memphis was kicking their ass until Ja got hurt. They were up 20-something. Denver kicked their ass. So it's just the shifts and changes of a playoff game. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this game. I think the big thing is Carlisle got to do things to loosen up Halliburton, and then Halliburton got to loosen up Halliburton.
He already done everything he can.
I said then Halliburton got to do. We got to get Halliburton. He got to go step up himself. Like coach got to put some more schemes in, but then he got to step up and he got to be more aggressive. And he hasn't been. So I think those are the changes that I see is what role players step up on the Indiana side and who's gonna step up on the side. Cause it's obvious. Fucking Shea gonna get his. Ain't nobody stopping that motherfucker right now. Period.
Ain't nobody.
So it's just a matter of
35, 37
it's
points
a matter of who else plays ball. So Martin, go ahead. You're up next. What you got?
Well,
this motherfucker drinking. There you go.
The key for me for Indiana is, well, besides the obvious of Halliburton and Siakam got to step up. Besides that, I mean that's obvious because we all know the role players will step up and play good at home. We know that, but of course the obvious is Halliburton and Siakam. But one big key for Indiana is they gotta outscore OKC from the 3-point line because Indiana has been the best 3-point shooting team in the playoffs, this whole playoffs. And in the last game, both of them made 14 threes. So that was like a wash. For Indiana to have a chance and actually win this game and this series, they're going to have to outscore OKC from the 3-point line. Because they are a much better 3-point shooting team, and they will need to outscore them big time from the 3-point line for them to win. And I think coming back home, playing in front of your home crowd, get some of that home cooking. You know what I'm saying? Get some of that home cooking, baby. Hey, they will come back and they will shoot the ball better and they will hit and they will outscore from the 3-point line in this game 3.
Yeah, so they have to. All right,
Yeah.
all right, Tweety, you up last, man. What you got? What you say about the shift, the tide shifting over to Indiana, and what do you expect to see change?
Indiana, Miles Turner got to step up. Miles Turner got to step up at home. He got to play. He got to keep Holmgren home. What's it?
Holmgren. Or just call him Chet. Just call him Chet.
Chet. Keep Chet away from this shit. So Miles Turner got to play well. He got to play well, and they got to run the ball. They got to get the ball out the basket and run for them to win. And everybody gonna play well at home. Like everybody said on the panel, they gonna play well at home. It's just a matter of fact of them outscoring transitional.
And I would agree with what you said, Tweety. And I would say this on makes and misses, like they did against New York. They got to push the motherfucker.
They have to. They got to push it. And you can't let Pascal goddamn Alex Caruso guard him like that. Come on now.
But he did.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that shit. You like 3 feet, 3 inches taller than that dude.
There was a lot of double team help too.
Yeah, but he still got to punch him down low. If you want to take him down low, put him on the block, get in his ass. But I'm OKC all day, every day. So
that's it.
All right. So what do you see on the OKC side? What do you see on that side? What
OKC, it was SGA. He passed the ball. His assist went up by like five assists. So instead of 3 or 4, he got 8 or 9 assists last game. So he got everybody involved early,
definitely
in the game. So he got to keep on with that. He got to, transition to make everybody better.
Tweety,
you got to
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I got a question because remember in game 1 you was really really mad when they went small ball, but in game 2 and they was the one big guy is a really good passer and they was getting some easy alley-oop dunks and stuff. I was going to ask you what you think about that when they put the 2 bigs in.
That's where they should start the
I don't know why they're starting the other way.
I don't either.
Yeah, that's
and
stupid.
I hope they do that back at home. I mean, on the road, starting Hartenstein instead of Williams.
Yeah,
it's gonna come back to bite him in game 3 if he come out of that small ball.
Yeah.
I hope not.
It's gonna bite him.
I hope
gonna
not.
bite 'em.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I would
hope
agree.
not.
I think he's got it. They got to switch that up, but we'll see what they do. I was surprised he stuck
Yeah,
with
we'll
it.
see what they do. But I'm picking OKC to win this game 3.
Of
So,
course.
Okay.
Of
you
All
know,
right. All right. So
I got
course.
to.
So you're going home for game 3
Mm-hmm.
and game 4. Indiana is. Can Indiana survive and at a minimum get one if they don't see a lift in performance from Halliburton, or do they need Halliburton to step up? Can the role players carry them to get one out of the two, or do they need Halliburton in order to be able to keep it a series and tight and keep it 2-2 at a minimum?
No, they need Halliburton. They need Halliburton because Halliburton like 5 for 5 for game winners in this playoffs. So he hitting all the big shots for Indiana. So they need Halliburton.
Yeah.
They need Halliburton.
Yeah, go ahead, Martin.
No, go ahead, Q.
I'm in agreement with Tweety. The role players, to be honest, have been carrying them this a lot because they've been hiding Halliburton deficiencies. You know, when I've been saying, "Oh, leave him alone. He had 14 points, but he had 10 rebounds." Technically, you should be scoring a little bit more. Like you say, Martin, he needs to get up to the 20-point mark. So I'm gonna say, yeah, Halliburton is gonna be the biggest key in them getting this series back to surviving at home and getting the game.
21 is the magic number. 7-0 when he scores 21 points. 21 points. I don't think that's too much to ask because he's going to get the shot attempts. Go ahead, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
They got it. Now, can they win with Halliburton playing the way he's playing? I think they can, but if he is a subpar player in this series, Siakam going to have to step his game up big time and damn near average 30.
Yeah.
So you can't have both of them because this last game, you had both of them that didn't play good at all.
Right.
So one of those two, I think has to step up and damn near score 30 points. So if Halliburton is struggling, if Siakam steps up and do his thing, because the role player is going to step up at the house, I think they'll still be good. But Halliburton, even though he hasn't been scoring, what he been doing is, he been hitting the big baskets late. So that's why I know everybody talking so big on him. But they got to have one of those two step up, Siakam or Halliburton. One of the two got to step up big time.
So I would say that
both of them. You can't have both of them struggle.
Go ahead. What I would say is I think that they'll get one whether Halliburton plays good or plays at a higher level or not. They'll get one because the crowd, the role players, they're gonna hit some threes in bunches. So they'll get one with him playing. Just not playing terrible. He ain't got to play great. I think they give themselves an opportunity to win two. Well, I don't think they'll win two. They give themselves an opportunity to win two if Halliburton plays good in both games. That's what I would say. I think the role players are going to be enough because I think you'll get a big game out of Siakam. And maybe both of them. You'll get a big game out. Turner going to hit some shots, right? You got Nembhard's they're going to all hit some shots. They got a lot of guys that's going to hit shots. Topping going to come off the bench and hit shots. So they're going to hit a barrage of threes to get one. The key is they have an opportunity if the other guys play and Halliburton does his thing, they got to win two. We'll see. I don't think they'll win two, but that's the only chance they have to be able to win two. Is Halliburton got?
They better win game 3. If they don't, it's over.
But the thing
is
this, though, it ain't over.
If it's over, if they don't win game 3.
They're gonna get one of the two.
But what's gonna happen
is
be
3.
We're just talking one side of the ball. Now, if we're expecting Indiana role players to step up, which I really think they will, you ain't gonna get 20 out of your boy Caruso this next game. So I want you to say something about Caruso. Go do something this next game.
When we get to that point, I want to hear it.
Okay?
Yeah, when we get to that point, I want to hear that. I want to hear that bullshit too.
Yeah, I want to hear you say Caruso gonna get 20 this next game. Caruso ain't gonna do shit. They gonna get shot at him.
Okay.
And because the thing is, OKC role players gonna take a step back on the road. Wow, this is why would I tell you? And Caruso gonna be one of them guys. You're gonna be looking for him. Like, where's he at?
It might be Wiggins. It might be Wiggins, but it won't be Caruso. Caruso's a champion.
So champion. So why is he gonna step up? And why is he not gonna step up? And why is Wiggins gonna step up?
No, I said Wiggins ain't not gonna step up, but Caruso will.
Oh, Caruso will. Okay. He might step up defensively. Offensively, Caruso ain't shot like that in probably close to his whole career. That was a career game for Caruso.
Y'all sleeping on Caruso.
Yeah,
Don't,
that
don't
was-
sleep on.
No,
Don't
he's
do-
Can I get
he
a
plays
point total
defense.
he's gonna do for game
Yeah.
3?
He plays
Yeah,
defense.
yeah.
He plays defense, but offensively, you
Yeah.
can't expect. What I would tell you, I'll say it here, and we can do it. We can do it bet online on air. He won't score over 10 points. Bet that.
Oh, very good.
I'll bet that.
That's bet.
I'll
I
bet
bet.
that.
I bet both of y'all.
Oh,
He won't score over
bet.
10. He won't score over 10
I'll
points.
Very good.
How
Very
much?
good.
How much we betting? How much we betting?
Whatever you we
Bet 25.
Yeah,
All right,
25.
25. He won't score over 10.
25 on y'all bet 25 on Caruso? God damn.
Yeah, he won't score over 10. He won't score over 10 points.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
That's
You get that off hustle turnover.
that's easy motherfucking money right there. Easy money.
For
They
me.
gonna
No,
struggle.
easy
For
money.
me.
Well, hey,
gonna struggle.
America and everybody else, I'll remind you on our next live stream that I picked it right on that one. That was good. That's easy money. Anywhere in the world, you're gonna score again.
Y'all also picked Indiana to win last game too.
I did.
So, remember
I
that?
did. I'm not running from that.
And
You,
y'all
hey,
told- and y'all
you,
told America
you
to
picked
bet
them
on
back
the
and forth
game.
too, motherfucker. You picked Indiana and you picked
well-
OKC. So it's the
I
same.
picked
Yeah,
OKC
I picked Indiana.
to win this series, and I picked Indiana to win the first game.
He was hedging. He was hedging his motherfucking bet the other day. Oh well, I told y'all they were some hustlers and they scrappy and they can win a game.
Look.
He playing on both
playing
sides.
both sides of the
Yeah,
fence.
he playing both
That's
sides.
fine.
Hey,
He playing both
You,
sides.
you go ahead and play both sides of the fence.
No.
That's fine. I'm on one side.
Hey, look, then what? Hey,
on one side.
Martin. Then the other thing he said was, I told you I would be happy if they lost. Right? You said that shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. Pick one side or the other, motherfucker. Let's go. All right, go ahead, Martin.
It ain't gonna happen.
Go ahead, Martin. Say what you gonna say. Go ahead, Martin. Say what you gonna say.
No. I'm good.
I'll be
No,
right.
I'm good. I'm just saying.
We'll be right, Tweety, at the end of this.
Indiana's gonna step this up game 3. I
Yeah.
really believe they're gonna step this up. And
They have to.
Siakam, Halliburton. I think it's gonna be one of them games where it's gonna be like a blowout game. I
What?
do.
It's the
Yeah,
swing.
I think it'll be a blowout game.
It's the swings that come with a series, right? A team make
love
adjustments,
blowout games.
they go home.
Blowout games.
Watch.
Yeah.
I don't know about a blowout, but I think Indiana's gonna win the game. Indiana's gonna win game 3.
There will be no blowouts by Indiana.
Have y'all seen-
They're gonna barely win the game. If
Have
they
y'all
win.
seen OKC in game 3 this whole playoffs?
They've been.
Have y'all
I
seen
told you
them?
they've been getting their ass kicked.
Obviously, y'all ain't watched.
They ain't watch.
I'm
Martin, they ain't
talking
watch.
about
These boys don't
I'm
watch
just
like
talking
we
about
watch.
trends.
They don't watch.
I'm always
They
down
don't
with
watch.
trends.
They don't watch.
We don't
I'm
watch.
down with trends.
I'm telling you,
Well,
if you watch,
y'all should have seen that
if-
win last week, yesterday, or the day before.
if you go back, look, no, game 3. We're talking about game 3. If you go back and you look
Game
at the
3.
series,
Game
they
3
blew
on the
they
road.
blew out Memphis game 1 and game 2. Game 3 is getting their ass kicked by 25, and they end up and Ja got hurt. Otherwise, they lost by 30 in that game. If you go back to the
it was
Denver's,
that- it
hold
was
on,
that
let me
this
finish.
series
Let me finish.
or last series?
Let me motherfucking finish. And then you go back to
Last
Denver. You go back to Denver, the previous series, game 3. They ain't played fucking game 3 in this series yet. So you know what I'm talking about. Let me finish.
about last series.
Denver,
Every
no,
series is
no, hold on. Denver was 1-1 at the end of the first 2. They went home. They went to Denver in game 3, and Denver whooped their ass in that game. And I would tell you, game 3 again. Watch. I would be surprised to get their ass kicked.
We're
What
not
is it?
playing Denver.
We're not.
playing
Look,
Denver.
look, we're talking game 3. We ain't talking about series. We're talking about the game 3. Game 3.
God damn.
Game 3.
I'm talking about trends.
Yeah.
But we still gonna win
They
game 3.
ain't got no argument because they don't watch the games.
Okay.
So they ain't got no argument. So they got to go to this other shit. They don't watch the games. They got to go to the other shit. The other shuffleboard shit. The other shuffleboard shit. Anyway.
You pick them wrong.
Anyway, we're moving on. We're moving on. America, that's senseless nonsense over there. All right, look, moving on to the next thing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and we'll talk the our winners and keys for game 3 and who's gonna win game 3 in a moment. We're gonna pivot over now. I don't think we have any questions. We're gonna pivot on now. We're gonna talk about the WNBA. We talked about filtering in a bit more stuff. So looking at the WNBA landscape, it looks to be a runaway, but between the top 2 teams in the conference. But what would be you all's take as it relates to the WNBA to date from what we've seen so far? Mark, I don't think you're going first yet. Why don't you go ahead and then we'll go Q. We'll go you next, and then we go Tweety.
Stewie. Hey, delivery gonna win a championship. Let's just keep this shit real. Delivery gonna win a
No,
championship.
no, sir.
Minnesota's tough. I mean,
Yes.
Minnesota tough too. They undefeated
Yes.
as well. But with Stewie, and Nisco, hey, Liberty gonna win a championship again. Liberty will win a championship this year. I mean, there's a couple other good teams. You got Phoenix Mercury's playing decent. Atlanta Dreams playing, decent as well. And then, of course, you guys mentioned, Caitlin Clark, the best player to ever play basketball for the women's game. So you got to put them in the mix. They are. I mean, she is hurt right now, but I don't think nobody's going to beat New York. I don't watch them a few times this year, and they on the mission. They on the mission, and it all starts with Stewie. We all know about Stewie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
Nice.
and the Nisco. So
19 and 11 for Stewie.
They will win the championship. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay, that's a bold statement. We're gonna remember that. Martin saying the Liberty.
Yeah.
All right, now go ahead, Q. You up?
Yeah, I the Liberty are looking good. They kicking ass and taking names, and looking good. But I think another team that might that looks good is flying under the radar that I'm liking right now, and unfortunately it's in Tweety's land, and
Say it
them
again.
Las Vegas Aces.
Say it again.
Them Las Vegas Aces.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They look
sir.
good. Hey,
They
I
ain't
like
got
them.
no more.
Hey,
Don't sleep
Hey,
on
they
them.
got the best
Don't
player in
sleep
the
on
league. They looking good, and
Don't sleep on them.
I'm
They
not
ain't
gonna
got
say
no more.
they're gonna win it all, but I'm saying they are a team you need to be watching. Right now. So I would say I would say they're
Yes.
really exciting.
No, they done lost it. They done fell off. They ain't coming back.
They ain't fell off yet.
Yeah,
Not
they
yet.
They just lost to the Spanish
Hey,
team by
hey,
20
that's
points the other game. I'm
hey,
just
hold
saying.
on,
I mean,
hold
no. They are
Hold on.
not that team this year. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
They looking okay.
And they have the best player. And the one thing I do
They-
agree with you, Q, is they do have the best player.
They do.
I
It's
will
an
say
exciting
that.
team to watch. I didn't,
Best player, yeah.
She is the
I didn't
best
say
player.
they would win the championship, but they exciting.
She's
Go ahead,
hands down.
Chris.
She's hands down the best player. Nobody
Yeah.
else. Nobody else
Okay,
even close.
Collier.
Go ahead.
Collier from Minnesota.
Tweety.
Collier
Yep.
from Minnesota. She
Collier
averaged
from-
25 points a game. She is
He's
balling.
cold.
And they
He's cold.
9-0.
He's
9-0. So they ain't lost. Along
Yep.
with Liberty. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then right now they in that Commissioner's Cup tournament.
Yep.
And that's going through into the 17th, so to next week right now. Because last year, who won it? Liberty won it last year, or the
Back to
Minnesota?
back.
What?
Back to back.
Minnesota gonna win it this year.
Okay.
They gonna win the
Minnesota?
cup, and they gonna win the championship.
Oh boy, you call
Yeah.
it the cup too?
Yeah,
Dang,
because-
you a bad boy. You call it the cup?
Minnesota lost to Liberty last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that means they gonna take a step up. Liberty gonna take a step back, and we're gonna have a new champion this year.
All right. Well,
We ain't gonna have no back-to-back champions like we did with the Aces.
That's
That ain't gonna happen.
That's not
Yeah.
a bad pick. Hey, I'm gonna say this for me. When I look at it, I think actually it's more than a 2-team race. I think it's a 3 to 4-team race that legitimately have a chance and would be considered contenders. I think you have the Liberty, obviously, the defending champs, undefeated. They've been killing people. The Lynx, motivated as hell. Collier
Yep.
is the real deal. There's nothing you can say about her. The Atlanta Dream, I think, are legit. I think the Phoenix Mercury are playing really good. And then I think when Caitlin Clark comes back, you can't count out the Fever, because if you look at them before she got hurt, they were off to a very good start. I think when you boil it down and look at it, I think I'm gonna fall with Tweety on this one. That Minnesota team is motivated than a motherfucker. I saw Collier and those girls' face when they lost last year and got knocked out of the where they got beaten in the championship. I would tell you this year, I think Minnesota is on a mission. I think they're a wrecking ball headed to win the WNBA title. So, if I'm putting money on it, which I am going to put some money on it, I would take Minnesota now. I think Minnesota is hands down.
Yes.
The
We'll win the
team,
championship.
they're going to compete. They're going to compete.
Y'all don't
They're
know
going to
about
compete quite a bit, and I think they're going to be a tough out. And I think they ultimately win it. All right, so
Yes.
so quick question that I have for WNBA is, so we got the two teams, and mostly everybody's falling between the two top teams. Is there anyone else that you think, in particular, a healthy, like as I said, a healthy Indiana team with Caitlin Clark coming back, and they got a squad? Do they have an opportunity to be able to knock off New York in that conference and then make it into make it and advance to the playoffs. You give them a chance, or you give Atlanta a chance, or you give Phoenix a chance. Anybody else that you think is a legitimate contender? Go ahead, Tweety. You go first on that one.
I don't think I give nobody a chance. They gonna smoke everybody. I don't
You
think
don't
I
give
give.
nobody a chance.
I don't give
hell?
nobody in that conference a chance to come out of there
In the
in the conference. In the conference.
Okay. All
I
right.
think they just too motivated and ready to go. So no, I don't think I give anybody in the conference. They 9-0. They beating everybody. They beating
Yeah.
by double-digit points.
Yeah, you
So
cool off at some point, don't you?
yeah, they going I don't know now. These women is raw. So I'm gonna give it. These women is raw. So no, I don't give nobody a shot
You don't give nobody a
in that
shot.
conference.
Okay.
Nobody a shot in that conference. Cause Indiana. I think they're a new team. They're a new team. They just coming together. So they got to fit those pieces in for them to. They got to give them another year because they're not gelling right now.
Well, they ain't gelling
Especially when
because their main players out. It's a long season, but they ain't gelling because their main players out. That's what the deal is. Before that,
only one.
they off to a great start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't give them a chance. A shot.
Okay. How about you,
The
Q?
one.
Oh, go ahead,
Go
Byron.
ahead,
Go ahead.
I think
No, go ahead, Q.
I think a healthy Indiana could possibly get them a run for it. Anytime you got, anytime you got Caitlin Clark on your team, you definitely have a chance to upset a team. So I'm gonna say that Indiana definitely has a chance to upset and to win and to beat the Liberty team. Go ahead, Mark.
Go ahead, Martin.
I'm gonna tell you one team under the radar that has a player. And has a player and a couple of players that can actually compete against these top teams, and that's the Atlanta Dream. That's the Atlanta Dream, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got big girl, big boy in the middle. She in the middle, and we all know what we're talking about. Brittany Griner can play some basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And she can affect the game big time. And then you got that inside punch, and then you got the outside punch with Alicia Gray. She's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. So Atlanta Dream, and actually started off the season playing good. That's one team to watch out for because they have, and they also have pieces around them too. That's a good 1-2. Inside outside punch. That is a team that will be down there, and they will be like in the conference finals. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a team that you got to watch out for as well because you have that experience with Griner, and then you have the shooting ability of Gray. Yeah, watch out for the Atlanta Dream.
Gray is a baller. Gray actually is
Gray is a baller for sure.
Averaging 25 rebounds and 4.5 assists per game.
Yeah.
Gray is the real deal. She got a nice game. So
he's a baller.
I think what I would say is I think with a healthy Caitlin Clark, I think you have to put Indiana into the mix of things.
Uh-huh.
So I agree with you, Quentin, on Q on that one. I think they are to be reckoned with. And then I think on the other side of things, I don't think you can totally count out the Aces, but I just don't think the Aces are a match for Minnesota this year. I don't think they're a match for Minnesota this year. They don't have enough around Asia currently to be able to pull it off. So I think it's probably. I think you probably have both of the legitimate contenders are probably going to be on the New York side. So I think New York has a harder road to get to the finals than what Minnesota would have because of the Dream, and I think the Fever are both legitimate contenders. So I would say that, but I do think that there are people, but I think it's going to be a rematch, is what I think, and I think Minnesota wins the rematch this year.
Yeah, it's going to be the Aces in Minnesota in the conference finals.
Yeah.
So they Aces going to be there. So, but they're still young also, and they just gelling this year. So, and they got a championship coach. So I'm not counting out Becky Hammond as a coach over there.
Let me count them out for you. 1-0.
Okay,
I'm gonna count them out for you. They ain't going to work.
All right. Okay.
No, Aces ain't going to win. They lost a lot of key players. You know what I mean? But that's what happens with the championship usually.
Oh, two. Okay, they lost.
They lost some key players. Yeah, they lost some key players that really helped them. I think that was gonna hurt them. But they will have a good season. But no, but they ain't gonna be able to compete against these. No.
Well, they going to the conference finals. That's what I'm telling.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
Maybe. I think
Yeah.
I think their road to get there is a little bit easier because I think the Western Conference is a bit softer than the Eastern Conference. So I think the road to get there, but they're not no serious contender against Minnesota. Minnesota will sweep their ass in the series.
I don't know. They'll get one.
Minnesota sweep their ass. All right, now moving on.
Hey, also,
go ahead.
Also, they retiring. What y'all think about they retiring Candace Parker's jersey in Chicago? She only played 2 seasons there, but she got him a championship.
Got a
They
chip.
should.
They retired her
They
jersey.
deserve it.
They got a chip.
They
All
should.
the time.
It was garbage once you got there, and she went there and won a championship. And I
Exactly.
mean, in the women's game, they no,
Right.
yeah, they should.
Exactly.
But I think they
Well,
should
and-
also. They should also in
And
LA. They
she's
should
from
also in LA.
She's from Chicago.
She's from
So
Chicago.
Chicago is gonna take care of
Right,
it.
right.
She's a product of Chicago. So she went there, came home,
Exactly.
2 seasons, won a
She
championship.
came home and got
Yeah.
exactly. Come on.
Yeah.
Put in the
What I'm
Raptors,
saying also is
you
they
gotta
should
put
do
her
it in LA.
Oh,
She
yeah,
takes
LA,
Sparks
LA.
when they
She
draft
played
her.
with them for the most of her career.
Yeah, and then they got her champ. She got them a championship too. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
LA should do the same thing.
Yeah, no, I think
She's
LA.
one
I
of the
think
best
LA
players
should.
ever played the game.
Yeah.
She's one of the best players ever played the game,
Yep.
and she deserved it, especially going back to Chicago because Chicago was garbage before she got there. She went
Exactly.
there, they won a championship.
I agree.
I
Exactly.
mean,
I
I
agree.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm just
I don't know
saying,
what the beef is
congratulations
with that.
to
with anybody.
Candace Parker.
All right,
Just saying congratulations.
flying under the radar. Obviously record not good, but I wanted to see what you guys think and what you've seen out of the other big headliner in the league, Angel Reese. So Angel Reese, this season, obviously her team is not faring so well. She's on that Sky team that we were just talking about, 2-5 currently for the season. I'll lead up and say that I think she's a rebounding force, and I think she's always been a rebounding force. But what I would say is the thing that I don't like is her points per game without. I mean, she ain't even averaging 10 points a game. She's averaging 9 points a game, down from the 13 and a half she averaged last season. So I would say I don't think Angel spent enough time in the gym taking care of her game and improving her game offensively. So I say that, she should be averaging more than, especially when you have that many rebounds. She should be averaging more than 9 points a game. So I think she's been a disappointment so far on that side of things, scoring for the season. I think stay out of the tabloids, stay out of the clubs, stay out of the news, and get your ass in the gym and
She
work
on the
on your
podcast
jump
all the damn
shot.
time.
Yeah, work on your jump shot.
She's
In the podcast,
So,
talking and shit. So
Which one you guys want to jump in and give your thoughts on Angel? What you see out of Angel?
Yeah, she has to work on her offensive game. I mean, like you say, she's one of the best rebounders in the league. I mean, no, people don't mention that, but yeah,
I think
she is one of the best rebounders in the league. But coming back from last year, I expected more for her on the opposite side of the ball, and I was hoping that she was going to be working on her game offensively. I don't think she worked on it too much because this year, I think that's been a struggle for her. Still, is her offensive game. She got to stay out the modeling studio and then go to the gym instead. So I mean, she has to work on her offensive game, and she's got to work on her around the basket because she's right there down by the basket. But it seems to me she always rushing her shot up for some reason. But
100%.
take her time. Take her time. Calm
Yeah.
down because she's usually one of the biggest players out there. So just calm down, slow down. But that's something that she's gonna have to learn. But she does have to get in the gym more and work on her offensive game.
Well, she was in the gym. She was working with one of the best in the history of WNBA with Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie. Yeah, I've seen that.
Lisa Leslie had her in the gym working on the game, but obviously it didn't come on the court or something. I don't know where she left it at. She left it on the podcast. I don't know where she left it at.
Yeah, I think she, Tweety. I think she done got caught up in this, this young people syndrome of when you get out there, you get a little, you feel like you already done made it, and they don't work hard. Like Martin said, hey, you was averaging 13 points last season. Well, what the fuck? You got the same rebounds. And you got the points. I love Angel Reese. I'm saying this from a person.
Me too. I'm
you know what I'm saying? To me, people. I defend her because to me she's the modern day like Moses Malone. People wanna knock her for her game, but I say, hey, Moses Malone went up there and he made a career out of rebounds and putting it right back up again. You know what I'm saying? Nobody complained about him. They thought he's one of the best men players ever. So
Dennis Rodman.
exactly, she can be that type of player. She need to probably work on a little jump shot, too, a little bit. But I do definitely want to see her succeed. I think that this is a reality check for her a little bit, because the spotlight is on her. So I think, yeah, Tweety, she is starting to work out with some other people and starting to do some things, and she'll be better. And there was a game that her teammate Adela Dova got off and had a career night, and it was because of Angel Reese, being an assist person that night. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Getting those
She has
rebounds
skills.
and being an assist person. So.
Yeah.
Somewhere she's got more game. We got to figure it out for her, and
Yeah.
I want to see her do better.
And I think she has an opportunity to work on both hands. One thing you don't see her do successfully: right hand, left hand, post moves, and those things. I think those are she can get easy 10 points easy just on putbacks. She should get every game, and then she should get into the free throw line. And she should. And I agree with we got Mr. Rice saying 15 points a game. I agree she should be 15 points a game, and I agree with Mrs. Stewart that her offense, is terrible and it needs some work. She should be a lot better than what she is.
Is it a sophomore slump?
Hey guys,
No,
Miss Stewart has a lot to say about Miss Angel Reese. She says Angel Reese needs to work on her game. Her offense is horrible, and then her third response is not to put sister down, but her skills she need to tighten it up. Yeah, basically, that's what Miss Stewart is saying.
I agree totally.
And we agree with you totally.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, she do need to work on her game. Offensive game. I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm really hey, I'm an Angel Reese fan.
Yeah.
But I do think she need to work on her offensive skills. She need to work on offensive skills.
I think Mr. Rice also said real quick. Mr. Rice also said that she should be averaging at least 15 points a game.
Oh yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, like easy. She should be. She should have 10 points on putbacks.
Double.
Yeah, 10 points on putbacks.
She should have a double. 15 rebounds over. Yeah, I mean 15 points and over 10 rebounds. She should be a double every game.
Right.
Which she did that last year. She went. She broke the record all the time.
She broke the record for most games straight.
Double.
Right.
So. See, like she took a little step back from that. So, but she has given to some type of rhythm, and I think it's about confidence stuff too. No,
and they need a guard. I think they need a little more front court help. What y'all think?
Oh, their team is horrible. I know I'm just talking about her, but the Sky is horrible. I mean, they ain't no good team right now.
Not front court.
Right now,
I think they got big. They got Cardoza. Cardoza, that's okay.
They too big.
I think she needs to get more. She needs to do more rebounding. Obviously Angel gets hurt, but Cardoza, she needs to get more rebounds. And I think they lack on the skill players. They need some skill players to hit some shots and open it up a little bit more for them.
I think they was dumb. Honestly, just one last thing. I think they was dumb last year for getting rid of Witherspoon in her first year.
Right.
With her experience and stuff like that, they gave her like 1 year.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Time.
Yeah.
Thing is, young players will listen to her and they will follow her, but they got rid of her just like that. That was dumb to me.
Right. No, I agree with that. All right, we're going to transition back. We hit that. More to come, and we'll continue to feed into the WNBA, and in particular as we have the NBA closing up, then WNBA and baseball will become paramount as a part of what we discussed. But pivoting back over for our last 10, 11 minutes here, we're going to close up with the NBA, and we got two questions that I want each of you to answer, and each of us will answer. Is what are your keys to victory in Game 4? And then, last but not least, what's your pick for Game 4? So that's the two things that each one of us will hit, and are going to be important for us to hit. Let me do something. 1 second, a little technical difficulty. All right, Tweety, you're there. Let me do Martin. Sorry, 1 second. We'll finish this up.
Going up from the 3-point line.
We can't hear. We can't hear you yet, Martin.
Very good at shooting threes.
Hey, Martin, hold on. Start over because it cut you out. So now I'm just getting y'all back, all y'all back in. So
okay,
give me 1 second, then you can start it with the question.
Okay.
All right, now all you guys should be.
He's back.
Hold on, Quentin's not back on. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Let's see, Tweety.
Okay, I see Martin.
Let me go back. All right, go ahead, Martin. Why don't you go ahead and start our first answering, and let me get Tweety back on the screen. We'll go ahead and keep going, Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Tweety just got kicked off again.
Yeah, I'm putting him in now. Go ahead, Martin.
yeah, going into this game 3, Halliburton and Siakam got to step up. One of the two got to step up. One of the two got to score damn near 30 points in his next game. Because the bench, I'm telling you, the bench will step up. I mean, the role players on the bench. The role players and the bench is going to step up. They're going to step up, so they're going to need Siakam or Halliburton really to have a really good game. They're going to need to outscore them from the three-point line, which last game, both of them made 14 threes. I think that's very key for Indiana because that's what they've been doing this whole playoffs. They've been the best team shooting the three ball. I think going back home, get some of that home cooking, they're going to be all right. Indiana will win game 3.
Indiana game 3.
And don't be shocked if it's a blowout.
Cover the
No, I
spread.
won't be shocked.
Oh, you saying cover the spread and win, right? Cover the spread and win?
Nigga, money line. Yeah,
Okay.
money line. They're underdog. Money line for sure.
All right, good shit. All right, Tweety, go ahead. You about to jump in, Tweety. Go ahead and get your what are the keys, and then who you got?
The keys for Indiana, it's got to be they crowd. They got to keep their crowd going. They have to keep their crowd going because if they don't, OKC gonna win this game. But either way, Miles Turner got to step up. He got to step up. He got to score 10 points, over 10
Oh,
points.
yeah, more than 10 points
He
last.
keeps
He
going.
had more than 10 points in both games.
He actually didn't play bad last
Yeah,
game. He had 16 points.
he had 16
bad
points.
He got to get more than that.
Yeah, that's around his average.
16 points for him is pretty good. But go ahead.
Well, they need some transition or something. They need to start running. They need to start running to get when the ball come out that basket, in or out. They need to start running.
I agree with that.
And OKC don't want to let OKC set up their defense because if they do, they're gonna have a bad night.
I agree with
gonna
that.
win?
I think you're gonna get
15.
15. I would say I think you're gonna get 15 to 20 out of. You get 15 to 20 out of big fella, and I think you're doing good. So I think
that's a good
Turner,
game.
that's a good game for him. I think the other guys got to step up. But go ahead, Tweet. Finish up. Who you got? Who you
Everybody
picking?
got to step up.
you
I'm
pick?
picking OKC. Of course.
Okay.
If OKC get this game, it's a wrap. It's over. This series is over.
I'd seriously doubt that. Okay.
So I'm picking OKC to win this game. I'm keeping the momentum going.
Okay.
Yeah. OKC.
It's a wrap.
Gonna keep
All right,
going.
we'll remember that.
And they should start Harkenstein instead of old boy. So
We'll see.
they should go back to the old matchup.
Two games in, I don't see him switching now. But we'll see if he does. All right, Q.
We'll see.
What you got, Q?
Hey, we going for game 3 or game 4?
I'm sorry, game 3.
Okay, cool. All right, America. Y'all know what I believe. I believe this is a 7-game series. I believe that this series needs to be prolonged. So since I'm already on the caboose and I'm already flip-flopping anyway, as they say, I'm going to pick Indiana to win this game because coming back home, needing this. And hey, not only do Indiana need this, Hood Report need this. Everybody in the world need this. And our brothers in Bangladesh need this shit too. We need to get this series as prolonged as long as possible because after this, we don't have nothing but WNBA and baseball. So I think that Indiana will come home. That crowd going to be all yellowed out or whited out or whatever the fuck it's going to be. And they're going to give OKC hell for game 3. And that's
all
right.
Okay. All right, I'll weigh in here. I think for game 3, I think the keys for the game, I see you on the side. I'll start with OKC first. It's going to be what type of support does Shea get? Obviously, we've seen through the first couple games, Shea is going to get his no matter what. So going on the road, what do the role players look like? And what are they going to do? Caruso is not going to get over 10, so it's going to require the other guys to have to step up and do something. So we'll see what happens there. I think that's the key on the OKC side is the role players got to step up and get Shea some support. And then I think on the Indiana side, I think it's all about, it's easy to say Halliburton, but I would say more than anything, pace, and I think they got to win from the three-point line. So if I'm going to say keys, the players go without saying that the role players got to play good like you expect them to do at home. The stars got to be stars like you expect them to do in big games. But I would say the three-point line and pace are going to be the two biggest things for Game 3 for victory for Indiana. As Martin mentioned earlier, I agree. They can't get beat at three-point line because they're the better three-point shooting team. They've been throughout the entire playoffs, so they can't release that. They got to probably outscore in OKC by double digits from the three-point line in order to have the proper spread, because OKC is going to beat them in some other areas as far as turnovers, points off turnovers, shit like that. So I think that's what it comes down to for me. I think for Game 3, I think they're going to ride the wave of the home crowd. I think they're going to be fired up. Mm-hmm. I think Halliburton is going to play much better, and I think Indiana is going to win Game 3. And then I think with Game 4 we'll see what happens. But I think Indiana comes home, gets the home cooking. Get a big boost from all the role players. Stars play good, and I think they win. They win. I think they're gonna go from almost end to end. They're gonna lead and win the game. Yes.
Hey, Rod.
One thing for sure. Okay,
Rod.
go ahead, Kim.
Yes.
They better ride that wave, and they better do it. Because if not, you know what? What Tweety said, this motherfucker over with. If they lose this Game 3,
Let me just say this.
Go ahead, Mark.
One thing for sure, you ain't gonna get 38 points out of Caruso and Wiggins.
Right.
Why would I tell you that? You will not get 38 points
38.
out of.
We need 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Because quite honestly, the defense,
that was a big boost.
To that point, they actually controlled the big three very well. The big three only has 68 points. When you consider Shea had 34 of them, you had 68 points for the big three. What killed them was the other two. The other two were the difference in the game.
Wiggins and Caruso.
Yeah.
Wiggins and Caruso.
Martin, those points didn't come off Caruso like one-on-one matching up. Those points came off of turnovers.
No. He was three-point line. He was three-point line. No, Caruso scored his points from three-point line.
They was hitting him and Wiggins.
Him and Wiggins hitting threes.
Was shooting threes.
Him and Wiggins hit all the threes.
They was hitting threes.
Yeah, they were in threes.
Hey, they should guard them. They should guard them.
What I'm trying to say is, I think y'all discredited OKC defense a little bit.
I'm not. We never said anybody defense.
I'm just telling you
how he scored.
Caruso and Wiggins. If you watch that game the other day, they were hitting threes.
They were hitting threes. That's how he scored.
And then I give them credit for hitting them threes. But what I'm telling you is, when they hit that Indiana soil, those threes ain't gonna be falling down. That's what I'm telling you. Them threes are gonna be coming down for Caruso.
If they open, they're gonna hit them.
Tweety.
Not
Indiana. They ain't.
They're not gonna hit them. Let them
down the road.
Stay open.
Down the road.
Knock them down.
We gonna have to let Indiana get this one. So let them go ahead.
I ain't letting Indiana get shit.
You don't have to agree because we say Indiana. You don't have to agree because we say Indiana. Pick who you want to pick. It has no regard to what we say. What I would say is this: Caruso shot 4 for 8 from 3-point line. You're not going to shoot like that again. That's probably. I bet that's his best game. I bet that's his best game on that many attempts in his career. It won't happen again. Caruso ain't going to be able to do it. It's going to be a wrap.
Hey, you get 10. Let's go.
He won't get 10 this game. You'll watch.
You want this?
Watch the trade off.
Huh?
You in this too?
What's that?
10 points.
No, I got Indiana to win. I take that bet.
I'm
I want Indiana to win. I got Indiana to win.
Tweet on that.
I ain't giving up Caruso.
I'm talking about.
Okay. Look,
I'm gonna win the Caruso.
It's not that important for me to bet for or against. He just ain't important.
That's why I'm saying.
But I'm betting the game.
The fact that they bet him because he had one anomaly of a game, the motherfucker's average is 9 points a game for the entire playoffs. He ain't gonna score 10 points. He went over his average the last game. That means he's going under his motherfucking average this game. That's how average works. Watch. Book it. Book it there, America. We watch it. I'll bet it at the book too. Caruso ain't gonna score that. All right. So hey, look, we've come to the end of our time here today. Hey, great session here for everybody. Do appreciate those that jumped on and that took a listen to it. We're going to continue our coverage of the NBA throughout the course of this week. We're back again on Sunday, and we'll be talking about the next 2 games. We'll have 2 games in under the books by the time we come back, so we'll get an opportunity to talk about those and then continue to move forward from there until we crown the champion. So look forward to it. Appreciate all you guys jumping on from all across the United States and outside the United States. And Tweety, hit them.
Like and subscribe to Hood Report 2025.
Appreciate it. Hey, peace out. What up, though, Detroit? Appreciate you. Love you.
Everybody from around